Alrighty, folks, we are back. The market is definitely coming down, uh, so it is good for the short side of our trade. Um, I don't necessarily think we need to do an adjustment here, since we are dealing with such small amounts. In this case, it may not be beneficial or not, but we'll just do the adjustment anyways. In case you are working with a little bit more money, as you scale up your exposure to this, a little more frequent updates are needed. So just kind of bear in mind that even though there's going to be small amounts here, we are going to leverage, and we are going to use leverage to limit our capital input. And you'll see we can basically just use the same money over and over and over again as we kind of drive down this road. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to go down here and we're going to remove 50% of our margin. That's going to take us up to a 4.5 percent or 4.5x leverage, and at a margin ratio of 22.5. But this market's come down quite a bit, and I don't suspect there's much more. We might get a little more downside, but I'm not suspecting too much because, like I said again, when we get a pop, we'll just take the profits on the other side and add it back to the margin. So what we'll do is we're going to get $6 out now of our 12 that's totally available. We could, if we went up to 100% of take of the available margin, that would put us up to a margin ratio of 72, and it would end up being way too high because that would be real close to our liquidation. But then pulling only 25 and $3 out wasn't quite enough. That's why I'm saying this adjustment is not really necessary, but we're going to do it anyways because I think we're at a pretty good point, inflection wise, for the market and all that good stuff. So let's just go ahead and click through this. So we're going to get back $6.30 out of our margin in BUSD, and so we'll go ahead and click through there and let that do its thing. And then we'll come over to the old pancake swap, and we're going to take that. Since we took that $6.30, we do have a little bit more, so let's round that up and let's go to just $10. Just make a nice round number there. What do you think? Um, so since I do think we're at an inflection point, we can go a little more long here, get ourselves a little more long, and just apparently the wallet didn't connect there, folks. There we go. So I gotta redo this here real quick. We can get a little more long. Oh yeah, so there's my $21 now. So if we do $10, because it was the $10, the $6.30 got credited, so that's great. So we'll have a few more US dollars left, but what we'll end up doing is just holding on now and waiting for a nice big recovery day, and then we'll swap out of some of the long back into the BUSD and put it back on the margin is all we'll end up doing, folks. So we'll go ahead and swap into $10 more worth of Bitcoin here, and our trade has now been balanced. So let's recap. What we did is I took some margin away from the long. Since we've dropped down, we can also bring down our liquidation price. Now if we look at our old liquidation price, actually I don't have that right now. I thought I had it. Um, but if we, I thought I had what's going on? I got noise in the background here. There we go. All right, turn that off. Apparently somebody's going to work, not us. Cross the fingers. Um, but yeah, effectively by pulling out some of the margin, we are increasing the leverage of this trade, which is going to bring down the liquidation price. So if we go to do it again, so if we were to take the other 50% out, that would be left now. That would be now $3 instead of it brings your liquidation price as you pull out your margin. It brings down your liquidation price to a lower level. We want to avoid that. And like I said, I don't like keeping my margin above about 40, maybe 50% at the absolute highest. Keep it on, keep it down low, and just wait for these, because we're going to get this sort of bottoming process at a certain point, and we'll get a nice pop. And then at a certain point, we'll start reversing what we just did. We'll go in and sell the Bitcoin back to USD, and then we'll go in and add a little bit back, which will then increase our liquidation price and lower our leverage and margin ratio. So that's it in a nutshell, folks. Is we're just managing the the balance between our margin and our long, and just making profit on both sides of it. So now that the market has come down, our cost of entry on that long side is going to be even lower, but then we're still exposed to $41 worth of negative, worth of short funding, not negative, worth of short funding, because of the now almost 5x, almost 4.5 really, leverage. So this is a game the hedge funds play all the time in the equities market and in commodities markets. But we now get to do this in the crypto world, folks. So um, definitely keep track. Keep subscribed if you're not already subscribed. Join us in Discord with the invite down below, and I will catch you in that next video, folks.